Welcome to our first retro review, where we look back at older titles and how they play and feel today. This will hopefully be the first in a long series, and we start off with the game many overlooked at both release and re-release, Recore Definitive Edition. In Recore, you play as Jewel Adams, a young woman roused from an overly long cryosleep on the planet New Eden. Earth is being ravaged by the Dust Devil pandemic, and you're part of a terraforming crew created by the Mandate Corporation, tasked to travel the stars and bring life to a currently inhospitable planet. You start your journey to get the terraforming machines back up and running with your robot companion, Mac. He's a blue COREBOT created for Jewel by her father, Thomas Adams, a genius inventor. As you progress your way through the light story, you will gain access to two more COREBOTs, the yellow Seth and the red Duncan. The colors representing their personalities, with blue being loyal, red being brave, and yellow being cautious. These three cores can inhabit the 5 various frames in the game. The frames are the worker bots who were tasked with maintenance for the terraformation process, while the human crews waited in sleep for the planet to become hospitable. The frames take the well-known shapes of a dog, spider, ape, flying robot, and the restored tank that was cut from the initial release of the game. They're handed out throughout the game in the very familiar Metroid style of gating progress, as they each have their own combat and traversal benefits. The spider bot can be used to travel through gravity-defying tracks and uses ranged attacks which are best for flying enemies. The ape bot can smash rocks to open new pathways and is a heavy-hitting brute in combat. The flying bot allows the use of thermal vents to reach areas that were previously too high. And the newly added in tank bot can be used to traverse over otherwise unpassable quicksand. One major issue with the system is that you can only have 2 cores and their chosen frames available to you at any time. You switch between them using the left bumper, which is used extensively in combat, but it does mean you're forced to use the fast travel system to swap out cores and frames as needed when you hit a roadblock on progression. This means fast traveling back to a base, swapping out what you need, and then traveling back to the area you were at on foot. Thankfully, the load times that plagued the initial release have been lowered from upward of 2 minutes to no more than 30 seconds. Death often meant a 1 to 2 minute wait. Now, you instantly respawn close to where you died. This is important, as you will die a lot. The controls are tight, with a double jump and boost available to you right from the start. These are used extensively in the game's numerous platforming sections, and a reticle indicating where you will land on the ground helps keep the frustration levels down. Combat uses a lock-on targeting system for your auto-rifle weapon. Enemies consist of various color types, which you counter by using the directional pad to swap between white, blue, red, and yellow ammo. There are frequent difficulty spikes that force you into leveling your character and COREBOTs, which can be quite frustrating. There were multiple occasions where I would be fighting a mob my level, only to move about 100 feet away and have a mob 10 levels above me aggro in the open world, which would quickly lead to me being killed with 1 hit. There are health upgrades to find, scattered throughout the open world and dungeons, and these become almost mandatory as you progress into the later parts of the game. There are 5 main zones in the original, with 1 new zone added in the DLC. Now the DLC zone is by far the most polished part of the game, and rewards you with 3 new heavy attack variants, though I only found 1 to be useful. Now they all share something in common, in that they are all uninspired, with only sand and rocks to be seen outside of the industrial wreckage that is strewn across the map. Texture quality feels more akin to an Xbox 360 or even a PS2 game when it comes to the environment. Grimy looking, low resolution sand and rock textures are prevalent throughout the outer edges of the map, in a clear sign of budget and time constraints. This comes completely counter to the incredible music score composed by Chad Sater. It's a beautiful mix of guitar and stringed instruments that at times I found reminiscent of the Batman Arkham series. The combat music is excellent and varied enough that I never grew tired of hearing it. Now, one of the biggest issues from the original release was the forced grind for prismatic cores. These cores are the in-game currency that you use to access the numerous dungeons across the map. These dungeons are generally 3 to 10 minute long bespoke sections that challenge your traversal, combat, and awareness skills. At the end of each are 3 doors which are tied to finding a timer, finding a key, and using your various ammo colors to shoot hidden switches. Succeeding in all 3 means you're rewarded various loot caches and prismatic cores. The loot consists of different customization option gear sets for your frames. The system isn't very deep, but there is good variation in changing the looks of your cores. At release, you were required to have 45 of these prismatic cores before you could access the final area of the game. This was changed to a far more manageable 25 in the Definitive Edition, cutting down the endgame grind significantly. Now in conclusion, while not a great game, I can happily call Recore a good one now. The game was a technical and unfinished mess at launch, but the definitive edition has addressed every major issue and the majority of the minor ones. Recore is available in Game Pass for both console and PC, and is an easy recommendation for anyone looking for an engaging 10 to 15 hour experience that may be light on story, but heavy on fun. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed our look back on an older title and want to see more, or if you have a game you want us to cover, please let us know in the comments below. Thank you.